Hello everyone, I'm Kai Stegall. I am a senior double majoring in BCIS and Applied Technology and Performance at UNT. I've gathered everybody here today to go over project management. First thing I'd like to do would be to introduce my audience. Tyler.
My name is Tyler Pruitt. I'm a finance major at UNT, currently a senior.
My name is Connor Opay. I'm a real estate major at UNT, and I'm a project manager at Lens Construction.
My name is Ryan Shivers. I'm currently a junior at UNT, and I'm a communication design major.
I would like to now go ahead and ask everybody to either put your phone on vibrate or airplane mode, just so that we can move on with this. I did choose project management because I recently took about 2 classes over it, and I really thought this was a great field that people should at least be informed on with a couple of things, just because project management goes to a lot of businesses, and it's really something that's very underestimated by a lot of people and a lot of I wouldn't say companies, but it's just something that a lot of people in general just underestimate. I am just going to give a general overview of it because project management has a lot of things that go into it, and it will take way longer than the time allowed for this presentation. What is project management to y'all?
Like budgeting, scheduling a project.
Just using human resources and trying to keep it under budget so the project can make it through.
Okay, yes. That is project management itself in a nutshell. Like I said, it's just budgeting, analyzing, and organizing everything. Project management can be used by multitude of people, companies, even just for schoolwork itself, especially if you're working with a group. I'm actually currently working with the group right now, but I will go over that a little bit later. One of the main things inside project management that I would like to go over is actually the leadership aspect. With project management, the project manager is the leader of the whole entire thing. He or she is the one that makes sure that everything flows well, that you have all the materials you need. Sometimes just budgeting, so maybe there's resources for your project that you're going over that you need, and you have to make sure that you're covering your risk and just make sure that everything's running. Okay, so the project manager himself, he is actually the person that just oversees everybody and just make sure that the project itself flows well. He's not an expert in the fields that everybody else is going to be working in. He just knows how to contact those people. He himself, he's just an expert in the business of project management. So when we speak about project management, there's a couple of things that goes along with it, a couple of uses. So one of the things that the project manager does have to go over is risk management. There's a lot of risk that goes into good or bad project. It doesn't necessarily have to be either one, but there are things that you have to watch out for. You need to watch out for budgeting. You need to watch out for time. You need to make sure that the quality of the work is actually going to uphold to what you need done. So when it comes down to that, that's really going to come down to some of the employees that you're working with. So you need to make sure that you actually have your employees on the right pace, and you give me that look for a reason. Alright, when it comes to the human aspect of business, it just depends on the scope of work you're dealing with, because sometimes dealing with a small amount of people, you can actually try to get the right type of people that will get the quality work done. When it's a bigger project, a grander project, you gotta make sure you have the right contract, the right people to go to for it, because at that point you're worried about quantity and quality when it comes to larger scope projects, and it just really comes down to what you're working on at that time. So when it comes to the quality of work, there's just a couple of variables you really have to just look out for. The other thing that I want to go into is just managing the transition of companies. So this actually was something that I went over in one of my previous classes, how a project manager was trying to work into transitioning a company from an old program to a new program. The only issue that they had was that they had old developers on there who never actually worked with the new program they were bringing in, so they had to hire somebody to actually teach everyone. And then they also had to hire on people who actually knew it, so those people that actually already knew the language of coding, they actually came in making more money than other people. And the people who were already working with them before, they got upset about that, and of course, that's something that would happen, but, what he will start doing is try to bring team building exercises and things of that nature, having company outings and things, just try to, company outings and things to try to build up the team's morale. He did this process a couple times. They had a couple meetings with, I want to say it was not the CEO, but basically the board of it all, and they just weren't meeting. They weren't meeting the destiny. They weren't meeting their goals, and they were actually going over the budget that was allowed for the project at the time. The project manager ended up getting fired for that because he could not get his employees to actually produce the quality work that needed to be done in the amount of time that was needed. So
was it a problem with budgeting or scheduling, or
It
was it
was-
a problem with overmanagement?
it was a problem with overmanagement. Employees themselves, they just couldn't get it together. There was a lot of internal conflict with each other. And then, yes, there was another problem with time management itself. There was, because there was, they were trying to teach the people to learn this new language and everything like that. They were demanding work to be done in a time that was just not working for everybody. They would run into issues that was setting back weeks at a time. So at that time, it was just, somebody has to be blamed for this. The project manager, he was always had that same issue going on, so they ended up firing him and hired somebody else on, and he just went about a different approach with it.
Okay.
So one of the things, actually, it's a very important process to project management, and one thing is the thing I'm talking about is actually the Gantt chart, and it goes hand in hand with critical paths. The Gantt chart, this is one of the main organizational tools that you'll use. It has processes that start and processes that need to start before you even start the next project that's going on inside your that goes on inside your project itself. Right here.
Is this critical to the budgeting process?
This is actually critical to the budgeting process because if you don't meet the time or if you don't meet the amount of work that needs to be done, there is a chance you could go over, or else there is a chance that you may not meet the budget that was necessary. And that's actually covered a little bit in, can't really say this one itself.
So would that be in the owner contract for many days that it goes over, they get billed a certain amount of general condition costs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. So right here, this is the critical paths. The critical paths, it's stated, it's the longest overall duration of activities that's allowed in the project. Allowed in the project itself. Basically, critical paths are things that must be done before you can move on to the next process, and it doesn't matter whether another project or another thing that you have going on is complete or not. You cannot move on to the next project until that process is done itself. This right here is actually it's a pretty.
So would you say that a critical path, say on this previous slide, would be purchasing, or would you say it's actual in the process of developing the project, or what are you talking about? Is it business processes or physical building?
Actually, this one I have to say would be the physical building. The physical building, if there are certain areas that aren't done, you cannot possibly move on to the next area itself anyway. There are things that you must physically do, and there's just sometimes things that
So something as estimating isn't seen as a critical path to getting the project done.
No, the estimation is just that. It's just an estimation of when it could be done. It's not the actual time that it will actually be completed. That's actually something that.
What about estimation of cost? That's what I was meaning.
Oh, estimation of costs. That could be something that's. Hold on. Estimation of costs. That is, like I said, that is something that you would like to look into, just because that. Yes,
They need to make sure it's physically feasible for the owner.
Yeah, because if not, you're gonna either end up losing money, or else you're not gonna have enough money to do whatever needs to be done. But yes, that is something that you need to look into. It goes definitely inside the critical paths. Yes.
Okay.
But okay. So I'd like to list off a couple of things that a couple jobs you actually deal with, because project management itself, like I said before, it's a very broad field. Project management, it's not gonna be the name of the job title you get. Like I said, like you see up here, they have software development manager, construction project manager, which actually you're actually into right now, right, Colin?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And R&D manager, project manager, I put a little explanation of what that is because I know some people don't really know what R&D project management is, but it's just a list of things that you actually get a job for in project management. Like I said, project management, it does not just have to be one thing. It's just whenever there's a process that needs somebody to oversee it, and it needs to be done in a timely manner and within budget or hopefully under budget.
So is the R&D project manager like the creative brain of the company, or is he managing the creative to be efficient in the business model?
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Are they creating all the research and development, or are they managing teams to do the research?
No, they're just managing teams to do it right now. That's what the R&D project manager would do. If you'd like to go into that further,
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
I'm just saying if you would like to, I could definitely do it. Yes. So the price range for a project manager, I would just like to look into this just to show everybody, give them a better understanding. The price range can go from 50,000 to 100 plus K a year. Right now in Dallas, they are averaging close to 85,000 going to 86,000. But like I said before, this goes based on where you're working at, the company you're working for. It just goes based on that. There is no definite actual just you're gonna make this much money or you're just gonna make that much money. No, it depends on the area you're working with, the demands y'all have going on, and how well your company is actually functioning with everybody.
Is this like starting salary or?
Like I said before, you can't really say that's the starting salary. I mean, 50,000 that could be starting salary, but it just like I said, it depends on the area that you're working.
What does it take to be a project manager? What are some of the general requirements? Can you do it right out of high school?
No, you will need to actually get your bachelor's degree, or else know some people in the job that actually help you get in there. But there are some lucky cases where people can probably come out right out of high school, but they would still need some basic training because you wouldn't be able to go to any other company unless it was just that one that you went to that let you work with them like that. But yes, you're definitely gonna need a bachelor's degree in it. Finance and accounting degree. Actually, what you're doing, that's actually the route you would like to go through to actually become a project manager for some of these things, for some of these companies. Are there any questions though?
No.